Good morning, boys and girls. It is a Monday, and we are going to start a new writing assignment. Now, this is going to be our last week of Unit 4. And if you remember, Unit 4 is where we have a source text, meaning information. And our information today is man's best friend. So if you don't have that page yet, you need to get that. And where we take a whole bunch of information about something, and we're going to take it, and remember, it's true facts. So this isn't like Unit 3 where we had characters where we gave them names and we had a lesson to learn. And this is where we're taking real information, true facts, and we're going to pick 5 of what we think is either the most interesting or what we think is the most important, okay? And remember, I will do a keyword outline on the board here that you can use, or you are welcome to pick your own details. So if you think different ones are interesting to you or important, that you can pick those. But we are going to do Unit 4, where we're going to pick 5. So we're going to put 5 tick marks. As I read through Man's Best Friend, you're going to pick 5 details that you think are interesting or important, and we're going to create a keyword outline. Now, if you notice and remember with our keyword outline, we can only have 3 words per line. So you need to pick keywords. So don't use of, is, this. We want very key words, okay? So that then when we go to write it, we'd remember what that fact is. So we're going to pick 3 keywords for each line. You can use a symbol or a picture as well. And we're going to pick one topic. So as I read through Man's Best Friend, I want you to think of what is the topic that we're reading about. Okay? So I'm going to begin. You follow along. So get out your Man's Best Friend. I'm going to read it through. I'm going to read it through once. And then I'm going to go through a second time, or you can go through it. And I want you to then pick your 5. So just listen for now. Dogs have helped man for thousands of years. Rescue dogs, which have an excellent sense of smell, can find lost children and adults. By sniffing a piece of the lost person's clothing, the dog can sniff the ground and follow the person's trail until they find him. After an earthquake, tornado, or storm, dogs can help find people under the rubble and snow. Because they swim well, dogs can pull someone out of rushing water. And that means water that's moving fast that someone can't stay up above or might get moved down away from where it's safe. Because dogs are fast and naturally chase animals, they can herd livestock. Ranchers teach the dogs to follow commands such as come by, to go clockwise around the animals, or away, to go the other way. The herding dogs may also be commanded to stay with the herd to guard the farm and warn the farmer when danger threatens. Dogs also help people who cannot see by being their eyes. The dog wears a special harness with a stiff handle. The blind person can hold on and let the dog lead them, so the person can walk around and be safe. Because dogs can help, they have become man's best friend. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to go through again, read it through again, and I want you to put 5 ticks. So pick 5 things that you thought were either the most interesting or important, okay? And I'm going to get us all ready for our keyword outline, okay? So go through and pick 5 of what you think are the most important or interesting. Okay. If you need more time to do that, I do want you to hit pause on the video because that can take a little bit of time. I'm going to get my keyword outline ready. So our source text is Man's Best Friend. And if you remember, I gave you a page to do your keyword outline on. So it has Man's Best Friend at the top. And if you remember, to start our keyword outline, we use the Roman numeral 1, which looks like an I. And for Unit 4, this is going to tell us about the topic, about what we're going to write about. So what is the topic of what we're reading this week? Who could tell me what the topic is? Dogs, definitely. So I'm going to put dogs. Now, is it just about dogs in general, what they look like, what they eat, what they do? What more specifically is it about dogs? Okay, I would say how they can work or help, right? Their job is to help, okay? So I'm going to say dogs, job, help. Because the man's best friend is all about the jobs that dogs can do to help people, okay? Now, I'm going to skip a line and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 details that you can pick that you think are the most interesting or the most important, okay? The first one for me, now you can pick your own. The first one for me is that rescue dogs can help to find lost children. That's really important to me, and I think it's amazing that dogs can help when children get lost. Okay, so what I need to do is I'm going to go back and read it. Rescue dogs, which have an excellent sense of smell, can find lost children. So I have to change that sentence, and I have to think of the 3 key words that I'm going to pull out of that to help me remember. Okay? I'm probably going to say find lost children, because I'll remember that it's dogs that we're talking about, and I'm going to say find lost children. So you write one word, comma, and then you write your next one, comma, and then you write your last one. Please use your source text so that you spell things correct, because when you go to write it on Wednesday, you want to use your keyword outline and you want it to be spelling the words correctly. So I want you to use your source text to spell them correctly, okay? So I liked that they can find lost children. Okay, and I'm going to explain a little bit on how do they do that. Well, they sniff a piece of the lost person's clothing, and then they follow that trail until they can find them. Okay, so I'm going to say sniff person's clothing. Sniff person's clothing. So that's how they can help to find lost people, is they sniff a piece of their clothing and then they can go out and try and find them. Okay? Now, what was the other thing I was going to do? Oh, after an earthquake, tornado, or storm, they can help find people under the rubble and snow. Okay? So I'm going to say storm. And I'm going to do an arrow down for under to save myself another word. Under, rubble, right? I'm going to do rubble and I'm going to do snow. Okay, so storm, under, rubble, and snow is where they can also help find people. Okay? What else do I want to say? Ooh, I want to talk about how they can swim really well so they can help someone out of water. So I'm going to say swim. And I'm going to do a check for well, that they can do it well. Just like I give you a check in the class when you do something well. Swim well, pull. And I'm going to draw a person, pull people, water. So they can swim really well so they can pull people out of water. Ooh, and I like that they can also be used to herd and guard a farm. I like that they can help that because I grew up on a farm. So I'm going to say herd and guard farm. So they can herd the animals. Whoops, I spelled the other way to spell herd. Herd. What did I say? Herd, guard the farm. So they can help the farmer herd up all their animals, and they also can guard the farm for them. Okay? And the very last thing that we're going to do in our keyword outline is our clincher. Okay? So we're going to repeat or reflect, meaning you can use the exact same words, or reflect is like a synonym, a word that means the same. And we're going to do that of our topic. And this is where our title is going to come from. So dogs, job, help. What do we want to say? We can use dogs again. Dogs. And maybe instead of job, I might say work. And then I'm going to do help. And I'm going to draw a person, help people. Okay? So again, oops, sorry, I'm just realizing you can't see all that. So the clincher repeats the same words or reflects synonyms, words that mean the same, of our topic. And this last, when we go to write, is where our title is going to come from. Okay? So I want you to finish your keyword outline. If you haven't already, you can use ones that I've used or pick your own. I want you to practice, though, finding those 3 key words for the facts that you think are most interesting or important. And we will see you on Wednesday.